Hello Divine Counterparts, welcome to your Twin Flame read for 22/2/22. I'm Shbana, this is Wine of the Night Tarot, and we're going to explore the Twin Flame energies that are really prevalent and really strong around this galactic energy portal. The Divine Feminine energy is coming through very strong. The Divine Masculine, if you resonate with being in either of those energies, remember that we carry both energies within ourselves. So a twin flame union is more about the balance of the energies and the healing within ourselves before we can reach a level of high vibration in order to call in our divine counterpart. If you are confused about what a twin flame journey is, please take a look at the description box where I have pretty much put down the basic tenets of a twin flame journey. You're also welcome to watch this video for any deep soul connection that you might be feeling, as a lot of deep soul connections are coming up for union at this time. Maybe not in the 3D with each other, but definitely a lot of karmic release, a lot of karmic healing, a lot of union within us before we can find union within ourselves and our counterparts. All right, we're going to begin this read with a very quick meditation with the Tibetan singing bowl. This is to raise the vibration of the space that we are in. This is also for you to take a few seconds to settle your own energy, connect with your 5D self, connect with any energies that you resonate or connect with within the universal realm. Raise your own vibration and cleanse the space that I am in and that you're in, and the space that we will energetically create together. All right, take a deep breath in and release whenever it feels comfortable to you. All right. Okay. Let's get started with your read. We're going to explore, as always, the shadow and the light side of both the divine counterparts. So we will look at the shadow energies of the divine masculine, the shadow energies of the divine feminine, and of course the potential union energies of both as well. Okay, for those of you who have tuned in before, you do know that I take jumpers from the oracle decks. However, more and more I am being guided to use my tarot decks in a way where I shuffle and then I am guided to cut the deck and place the cards once the energies come through completely. Okay, all right, let's get started. All right, one more. Okay, then let's see what we have here. Okay. All right. Going to move these out of the way. I'm going to get all the okay, no, all right, okay, I'm going to get all the cards out and I'm going to place them as I'm guided before we get into your read. As always, the left hand side is the shadow and light side of the divine masculine, the right hand side is the shadow and light energies of the divine feminine, and the union energies I am going to place over here. I will hold everything up to the camera, of course, but let's see if we can get you to see more of the spread. I'm also going to pull an overarching or a potential union energy for both counterparts from the tarot of the heart. Okay, all right. We want both? Okay, wow, Scorpio's coming out extremely strongly. We have, oh, okay, interesting. I've been asked to place these along with both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, which doesn't really happen. But I guess if those are the messages coming out, then those are the messages, wow, okay, coming out. Way too many. Okay, let's look at the, okay. All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Very, very nice. Okay, all right. Okay, we will get messages from the counterparts at the end. Right now, we will shuffle the main, tarot deck. The cards are jumpy. There's a lot of energy happening. I'm actually shooting this on the 22-22 portal, so there is a lot of energetic guidance in this read. There's a lot of energy that is flowing between the counterparts. All right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's get started. Current energy of the Divine Masculine. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, current energy of the Divine Feminine. We have Six of Coins in the reverse. What does the Divine Masculine think of the Divine Feminine? Two of Cups. What does the Divine Feminine think of the Divine Masculine? We have the High Priestess in reverse. What is the challenge for the Divine Masculine? We have the Knight of Wands. Challenge for the Divine Feminine. We have the Nine of Wands. What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? We have the Three of Wands in the reverse. What does the Divine Feminine want to say to the Divine Masculine? We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. What do we have as the union energy at this time? We have the King of Cups in the reverse. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Coins. There seems to be a loss of patience. There seems to be a level of impatience that is setting in. Both the counterparts are going through quite a triggering individual journey at the moment. Both the counterparts are relying on change. There is change happening for both counterparts. There is this change that is going to be propelling them forward into a new energy, but a lot of change can, and usually change of significance is cathartic, it is difficult, and there is always the temptation to give into low vibrational energy of giving up because it's too hard. It's something you don't want to do anymore. Of course, we all have free will, so if either counterpart decides that this journey is too difficult and they don't want to go through it anymore, they always have that option to explore as well. And the twin flame journey is one of the most difficult spiritual journeys to take. So a lot of times there can be a situation where you do feel like giving up at a certain point of time. However, because this is a cosmic fated connection, the connection never really dies out. It never really goes away. There might be other people, other karmics, other partners that both the twins end up being with for an extended period of time. If this is not the reincarnation where both twins actually meet each other and there are further lessons to be learned, there is always the possibility of it being deferred to another lifetime. However, both the twins know that this connection is eternal. It's always going to be within them, whether or not they choose to accept it within this lifetime. All right, the Divine Masculine is sitting in the energy of death. This is the death of his ego, this is the death of his old self. This is the divine masculine understanding the need for change, the need for rebirth, for the sun to shine again for him. This is the divine masculine who is feeling a little helpless, he's feeling a little hopeless. He is trying to draw onto all the strength that he has. The shadow side of the divine masculine is, I'm getting a sense of fatigue more than fear. It's a difficult journey. It is, the divine masculine is unfortunately demonized in this connection, which is extremely unfair, because the divine masculine is the energy that has dealt with or is dealing with the heaviest of the karmic lessons, the most level of pain within this connection. The divine masculine's journey is the harder of the two journeys. The lessons are more, what do you call it? I don't want to use the word intense, because it's not like the divine feminine's lessons are not intense either. But with the divine masculine, it's almost a complete breaking down of every single aspect of their ego in order to rebuild and raise their vibration and come into their true ascended into their true ascended form. So it's difficult. It is extremely triggering, and it's a journey where unfortunately it has to be solitary until they can reach the vibrational level required to match their divine feminine. In a lot of ways, the divine counterparts are like magnets. If they are not in the correct vibrational match, they will repel each other until they learn the lessons where they can attract each other. But no matter which stage of the journey you're in, this connection is never ever going to die out for you. Now, for the divine masculine, the light side is intuition. The divine masculine is beginning to learn to sit in his intuition. He's beginning to trust it. He is beginning to understand that there is more to this connection that meets the eye. It might seem implausible. It might seem like it's never going to work out. He might be going through a sense of profound awakening where he realizes that he mistreated his divine counterpart, his divine feminine. He behaved in a manner which did not respect her, which did not respect him. And it is this intuition that is pushing him now to release what he needs to release, to heal from whatever trauma that he might be carrying around in order to raise his vibration within himself and to attract his divine feminine. The divine feminine, the dark shadow side of the divine feminine, is she is losing hope in this connection. She might be considering walking away from it, although she knows deep down that this is a fated connection. Her divine masculine is never going to be able to be replaced by anyone else, but she is finding it hard to hope at the moment. She is finding it difficult to continue, difficult to be in a higher energy of love. She might be grieving. She might not understand why. Currently we are in a portal where the divine feminine's ascension is extremely rapid, and that also entails her letting go of older versions of herself, older versions of her energy. And while they have served her well in the past, there is also a sense of grief, a sense of loss, a sense of not being able to hold on to that energy and to having to let it go. So she might be confusing that also with the loss of hope in the connection. Again, this is not criticism. This is a very, very human way that we deal with a astral connection. She's also being asked to listen to her judgment. So Scorpio has come out twice extremely strongly. This is of course emotional energy, water energy. Both of you might have Scorpio in your chart. You might be resonating with a Scorpio. More than that, this is about tuning into your higher self, listening to your higher self. For the divine feminine, it is about accepting and surrendering to her higher self, understanding that she cannot control the outcome of this connection. All she can do is surrender to it and allow it to unfold in the way it is meant to. And for the light side of the divine feminine is kindred spirit. So spirit is talking to the divine feminine, giving her messages that yes, she is not alone. Even if she feels that this connection is not going to work out, she can't understand why her divine masculine is behaving the way he is. Again, I am using he and she here only to describe energy. You may identify as male, female, or even gender fluid and still sit in the energy of either the divine masculine or the divine feminine. This is a reminder from spirit that her divine masculine and her are kindred spirits, that this is a fated connection, however difficult or implausible it may seem at this present moment. All right, the divine masculine current energy is the Queen of Wands. This is the divine masculine. More than the divine masculine, this is a very, I get an energy of the divine masculine being with the karmic right now, understanding that he needs to have confidence, he needs to have a breakthrough, he needs to dig deep and find his strength. However, at the moment, he is unwilling to do what it takes. He is unwilling to make a fresh start. His fears are holding him back. There may be, like I said, I get a very strong karmic energy from this card. The Queen of Wands can also be mistress energy. This doesn't mean mistress in the literal sense or the 3D sense of the word, but when it comes to a divine connection, a karmic could be seen as the other person, whereas in the 3D they may actually be a spouse or a girlfriend or boyfriend or anything they may inhabit that energy within the 3D. So where the divine masculine is right now is trying to find a sense of bravado, trying to find a sense of strength, trying to regain his confidence, but his confidence is shaken. He is finding it difficult to actually come into his own. He is going through the dark night of the soul. He is going through a process of rebirth, and that will come. But until he can actually release what needs to be released and come into the energy that he needs to be in, he is going to be wearing a bit of a false mask of bravado, a bit of a false mask of confidence, a bit of a false mask when it comes to his current 3D situation with his divine counterpart. I'm just going to move these across slightly. I think that might just be better. Yes. All right. Okay, for the divine feminine, we have the Six of coins, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. She is feeling out of balance. There is no equal give and take in this connection. She might have been doing all the chasing, the divine masculine might have been doing all the running, and she is feeling unbalanced. She is feeling hopeless. She is feeling like she has given away way too much of her power, and she is now focusing that power back on herself with the Emperor Mars in Aries. She has withdrawn her energy from the divine masculine. She has withdrawn her energy from this connection, and she is putting that energy back into herself in order to raise her own vibration, in order to heal, in order to put herself first. And in putting herself first, in removing her energy from her divine masculine and putting it back in herself, she is going to end up magnetizing her divine masculine and drawing him towards her. There is also a chance of pride getting in the way. So divine feminine, you might be feeling slighted, you might be feeling hurt, you might be feeling that you've had enough, you no longer want to have anything to do with this. Do not let your ego and your pride get in the way of this connection. Continue to surrender to your higher self so that you can understand the way forward in this connection. All right, what does the divine masculine think of the divine feminine? He sees her as his two of cups. He doesn't want this to end. He knows she is his perfect counterpart. He knows that he needs to make the effort towards her. Nobody has loved him like she has loved him or loves him still. He feels this cosmic connection. He feels that pull towards his divine feminine, but right now he is not in an energy of stability. He has the 10 of coins in the reverse. He doesn't feel stable enough. He doesn't feel secure enough. He doesn't feel like he deserves her or her love and affection. He also doesn't feel ready to make a lasting commitment to her. He is in an energy of, I possibly, not possibly, I think from what I'm getting, the divine masculine is beginning to realize that he did treat his divine feminine in a manner that was not suitable to her, in a manner that was not respectful to her nor respectful to him. And it is this instability which makes him feel not good enough to approach her, not good enough to speak to her. Maybe there is a lot of silence. In fact, I think there is a lot of silence. It's not a maybe. There's definitely separation. There is definitely little to no communication between the counterparts. What does the divine feminine think of the divine masculine? We have the high priestess in the reverse. There is no forward movement in this connection. We have the chariot as well, so more water energy. We have Cancer twice. Some readers also read this as Pisces, but to me the Cancer energy is coming out extremely strong. The divine feminine feels disconnected from her divine masculine. She feels emotionally disconnected. She feels stagnant. She feels stuck. She feels like he is making absolutely no movement towards her, neither energetically nor physically. She feels like he is not listening to his intuition. He is possibly listening to a lot of chatter that is external to him, whether that's his friends, whether that's his family, however you resonate with this. She is basically pulling away further and further from her divine masculine. What is the challenge for the divine masculine? We have the Knight of Wands. The challenge is to move forward. The challenge is to have longevity. The challenge is not to zip in and zip out, not to have player energy. Of course, the sexual attraction between divine counterparts or divine twins is extremely strong, but when nothing goes beyond the superficial, that is when it becomes a problem. And the reason the divine masculine is not moving forward is because of the level of conflict within him. He is so conflicted. He is so attracted to his counterpart. He adores her. He loves her. He absolutely can't get her off his mind. He thinks about her before he goes to sleep. His attraction level towards her are through the roof, which is why he is so conflicted, because he does not know how to move forward, because he feels he has wronged her. How does the divine, what is the challenge for the divine feminine? The challenge is to stop hurting. We have the wounded warrior. She is stuck in a cycle of hurt. She is stuck in a cycle of thoughts of betrayal from her divine counterpart, or she is focusing too much on the energy that he used to inhabit. And when she approaches him with that energy, she feels stuck. There is no clarity in her head. She is still going around and around and around with this energy of feeling hurt or feeling wronged, and there's nothing wrong with that. She has felt all those things. She is justified in each of those emotions, but it is this that is blocking the clarity from coming to her. It is this that is making her want to give up on her divine counterpart and on her divine connection. What does the divine masculine want to say to his divine feminine? We have the Three of Wands in the reverse. He doesn't want to wait. There is a part of him that does not want to wait, but he does not know what to say. He knows she's hurt. He knows she's angry. He knows that he really has no right to approach her in the energy he's in. But he is so tired of waiting. He is so tired of having to go through all these karmic lessons. He is dying to reach out to her, but he is also terrified that she is not going to entertain him in the energy he inhabits currently. She's not going to give him the time of day. She is not going to want to talk to him at all. And you know what? She isn't. She is not communicating at all. We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. We have Judgment in the reverse. So we have Judgment come out twice for the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine, in keeping her silence, is communicating with her higher self. However, her higher self is telling her that this is going to have another chance. The Judgment card is also the card of second chances. The Judgment card is also the card of tuning into your higher self. So by not communicating with her divine counterpart, the Divine Feminine is focusing her internal communication on herself. Where does she need to be in order to gain her stability? What does she need to do? Her focus is shifted right back onto herself, and that is what is going to not only magnetize her counterpart towards her, but it's going to help her heal. It's going to help her come out of this King of Cups in the reverse energy, because the union energy, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, so things will be moving forward. This is a divine connection. This connection is going to move forward. This is Sagittarian energy. This is Jupiterian energy. When all the elements of both counterparts are in balance, will the Wheel of Fortune start to move ahead for both of them. But right now, because they cannot offer their cup of love to each other, they are feeling stuck, they are feeling hurt. But this is the relationship, this is the connection that sets them free. There is freedom, there is love, there is the meeting of equals, there is the meeting of minds, hearts and souls waiting for them. Because when they get into this energy, when they are able to release the hurt, release the pain, release the karmic baggage and the lessons that they are being forced to learn, that is when the Wheel of Fortune will start to turn forward. That is when they will be able to be sitting above their emotions. Right now, they are overwhelmed by the emotional intensity of this connection. They might not know how to navigate it. It's murky waters in their emotions for them, which is why they are feeling the way they are feeling. But as the Wheel of Fortune starts to turn, as they come into the energy of alignment, they have the energy of the sun. This is when the universe blesses them. This is when the universe says to them, you have reached that level of karmic ascension. You have released everything that is going to be, that has been holding you back, and fortune and luck will smile on you. Everything is going to come up roses, and you are going to find yourselves in this connection healed, complete, and able to come together as equals. And that really is the entire journey. That is the entire point of a twin flame journey. All right, let's take a look at any messages that come out that the twins have for each other at this time. Okay, all right. Wow, for twins who are not in communication, there are certainly a lot of messages that are coming out, so we will take all of them. Okay, there is too much to juggle. Both the twins, like I said, might be dealing with karmics as well. This doesn't necessarily have to be another person. This could be a job, this could be family, this could be anything that is draining them and causing them to take attention away from this connection. I am obsessed with you and it scares me. Like I said, I got very, very strong sexual energy. This is the connection that keeps the divine masculine up at night, possibly the divine feminine as well. I miss what we had in the past. I often reminisce about those times. This to me is the energy of the divine feminine. She doesn't want to hurt anymore. She's trying to remember the good times that they had, and she doesn't want to feel that disconnect from her counterpart. I don't love my partner, and I am scared to admit it to myself. I remember I mentioned picking up on a karmic, picking up very strongly. So this is one of the major blocks that either of the twins, I get the divine masculine energy from this, could it well be from the divine feminine as well. What do you think of me right now? This is, again, I get more divine masculine energy, but it could be the divine feminine questioning herself or her counterpart as well. Okay. Wow. All right. Whoa. Okay. All right. I know I am the runner. I did touch up on the runner-chaser dynamic. This is definitely the divine masculine's energy. You help me raise my self-worth. This could be the divine masculine to the divine feminine, and this could also be the counterparts speaking to each other. You come in my dreams and leave me messages not to let go. The dream space is very, very active for both twins, especially at this time of intense karmic release. Usually in our dreamscape, our conscious logical mind does not get in the way of our energies. So any kind of dreams that the counterparts are having about each other are going to help them not get into union right now, but at least overcome the barriers of silence and non-communication. I will wait for divine timing to unite us. And that really is the entire crux of the twin flame journey, the divine counterpart journey. Surrender to divine timing, surrender to your higher self, and surrender to the knowledge that this is a sacred connection, and no matter what is happening in your current reality, this is a connection that can never ever energetically be broken. All right, divine counterparts, I'm going to leave it at that. Please do let me know how this resonated. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting next. And please leave me a message. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.